The triangle approach drill is a one-on-one drill that teaches defensive players how to approach a dodger and dictate where they go. This drill can be set up anywhere on the field and does not require a goal. Set up cones 8 to 10 yards apart in a right triangle. A defenseman will set up between the left and right cones of the triangle, and the dodger will start 5 yards above the point cone of the triangle. When the offensive player starts moving, the defenseman will approach the dodger and dictate where the dodger can go. The goal of the drill is to keep the dodging player out of the triangle. The defensive teaching points of this drill are: 1. Approach to dictate where you want the dodger to go. Depending on your defensive strategy, defensemen need to know where to push dodgers. In our example, the defender could funnel the dodger over the top or keep them down the alley. This theory works in all 4 corners of the field. However, the most taught strategy, and the one we will go over in this video, is to push the players down the alleys or back underneath to X. Rule number 2. Banana approach to establish topside leverage. Players need to use banana cut approaches or banana approaches to establish topside leverage. Players should never approach on a straight line. Number 3. Break down with your stick in front. Number 4. Maintain topside leverage by trailing the dodger. Number 5. Bump or drive inside to inside and outside to outside to get the dodger off his line. This means letting the dodger have a step and using your inside hand to push the inside of the dodger's body and the outside hand to push the outside of the dodger's body. If a defenseman plays a dodger's inside shoulder with their outside hand, they are in position to get rolled back on. Therefore, we will play inside to inside and outside to outside. Number 6. Always get to a cross check. I rarely teach V-holds because I feel that regardless of which hand a player prefers, they are strongest between their hands and shoulders. In a perfect world, players would play with both hands and be able to keep their sticks upfield by switching hands. I recommend making players switch hands in practice, but most defensemen play games with one hand. In our lefty alley example, I would prefer that a left-handed defenseman keep his stick downfield, using his left hand to drive the dodger's hip, with his right hand above the dodger, ready to play the dodger's outside shoulder on a rollback, instead of having him V-hold and trying to drive the dodger with his left elbow and shoulder. The only time I teach a V-hold is when a player has lost a step at X and needs to get his stick in the hands of the dodger. The offensive teaching points are: 1. Run at your defenseman first. 2. Attack the topside foot. 3. Get your shoulders past his shoulders. 4. Once you have your shoulders past his shoulders, be physical and push to turn the corner. And number 5, roll back to get topside. We will go over 4 examples. In the first example, as A1 takes his dodge, D1 banana approaches to establish topside leverage. D1 does a great job to trail the dodger and drive, keeping A1 out of the triangle. In the second example, D1 does a great job of approaching and trailing the dodger, but does not drive well enough to keep A1 from closing him off and getting into the triangle. In the third example, D1 approaches well but gets out of his trail position by playing with his outside hand on the inside of A1, allowing A1 to roll back and get topside. In the fourth example, D1 will banana approach to keep A1 topside. I'm illustrating this to show you that you can do this drill anywhere on the field without a goal. If the triangle was moved to the top right, he would be playing great topside defense. So, in the example, D1 makes a great approach and gets in a great trail position using inside to inside technique. As A1 tries to roll back, D1 uses his left hand on A1's left shoulder to drive him out of the triangle. If you are not using a goal to reference where defensemen should drive the dodger, I recommend telling defensemen to keep the dodger to their weak hands. This will help players begin to use KYP, which is know your personnel, or you can always call out righty or lefty before each rep. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and continue the conversation on social media using the hashtag POWLAX Master Coach.